Hello everybody, it's your boy coming at you with another story time video today. My hair looks crazy. I know I just did it and I was like, yay, it's easier now. But maybe I spoke too soon because it's not handling anything well today. So I've been racking my brain trying to think of stories to tell you guys because I keep getting people like, please do more story time. I'm gonna tell you the story of the time that I had a stalker. And I do not use that term loosely. Now I know I've told bits and pieces of this story within other stories before, but I'm gonna tell like the full like stalker aspect of it today. So this story starts back in high school. Dated this person for a bit, not gonna lie. Wasn't the best time, wasn't the best relationship, but after a while I finally had enough and I broke off the relationship. And when I broke the relationship off, I basically told this person, I don't wanna be in this relationship anymore. Please do not contact me or I will block your number. The very first thing this person does is start trying to text me back, like following that text up, replying to that text, and just like essentially trying to start the relationship over, like as if we're just meeting, which didn't make any sense to me and was a little unsettling. So they were just like, hi, you know, I've seen you at school and you're beautiful. And I'm like, hello? So I did what I said I was gonna do. I blocked the number because I knew if I really wanted the relationship to be over, I needed to burn the bridge, cut the ties, you know? So I blocked this person's number almost immediately, like I'd say within the hour. I started getting texts from like a bunch of different numbers. I'm really not sure if they were using like text messaging service or if they were using other people's phones or what was going on, but I kept getting texts from other numbers just like, hey, 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 we should talk, whatever, just like hella like spam. And it was really messing up my phone because I had like a freaking iPhone, iPhone 4? Damn, I'm old. So I was like messing up my phone, so I ended up just turning my phone off and like, you know what, I'm gonna go the fuck to bed. I went to bed, I woke up the next morning, turned my phone on. The slew did not end that night for several hours. At least when I woke up, I was no longer getting any more incoming things. So I was like, okay, maybe we had our little tantrum, we're good, we can move on. So I went to school, I went to practice, I got home from practice, and I started getting phone calls from random people. I answered the first couple, and it was you know who, and I hung up and I blocked those numbers, and then I just kept getting call after call after call after call, so I again had to turn my phone off. So by the next day, the texts had seemed to stop, the calls had seemed to stop. I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna be over. I was feeling confident, which I should not have been. So I get up, get ready for school, I walk out to my car. What do I find on my car? A fucking note! A fucking note on my car outside my house. And this was terrifying for me because that means this person legitimately came to my fucking house sometime between midnight and 7:30 a.m. and fucking wrote a note and put it on my windshield. That was fucking creepy to me. I don't remember the full contents of the note, but I do remember the last thing it said. Don't be afraid of me. I love you. And I was like, I don't know, mate, you doing some pretty scary ass stuff. Needless to say, I was afraid. I bring my fucking note with me to school. I stashed it in my backpack because I didn't want my parents to see it because I didn't want my parents getting involved in this. Hindsight, I probably should have gotten my parents involved. I would probably felt a little safer, but I didn't want, you know, it's embarrassing when your parents are like, I'm gonna call your mom to like another teenager. It's just like weird and like you don't want that, even though that's probably the better idea. It's probably a good idea to tell your parents these things, especially if you are in danger. So for about the next 3 or 4 days, I got notes on my car every single morning. They all said basically the same thing. I love you, like you're the most important thing in my life. Like we're meant to be, you know, standard, typical, blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, okay, notes. I'm not gonna like engage with this. I'm not gonna do anything about this. The phone calls had stopped, the texts had stopped. I thought, you know, we're progressing. So the next week I go to school, as you know, people in school do. I'm in my second period class, which is the period right before lunch, and I was gonna meet my friend to go to lunch with him. I vividly remember this thing in my head. My high school, we had the downstairs, which had halls like A through E, I believe, and then each hallway had like the classroom numbers, whatever. And then we had upstairs, which was like F through J. I was in this very last hallway, which I believe was J, and there's a staircase right here. So you come out of J hall, you go right to the staircase, and you go down to the parking lot to go to lunch. So my friend always met me right at the staircase because he had a class like somewhere else over, I think G hall, he had like science or something. I came out of J hall, I come to meet him. He's standing at the staircase talking to someone, and he's like really tall. So I was like, okay, he's just talking to somebody. Did not see who it was. So I go up to him Y'all already know who the fuck it was. When I tell you my heart fell into my stomach, that is not an over-exaggeration. I legitimately thought I was gonna throw up and or pass out. I like felt my soul fucking leave my body. I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know, like, should I run? Should I confront this person? Should I fucking, I didn't know what to do. And they didn't even go to school there anymore. That's what really freaked me the fuck out, because it's not like I just ran into them in the hallways. They had to come to the school that they had already graduated from to fucking find me. Besides it already being like just creepy and unsettling on its own, I had also had a lot of violent things happen with this person. I had witnessed them do violent things, so I was really afraid that, you know, they were gonna come and violence me at school and I didn't know what to do. I was like, hey friend, like, let's go to lunch. And then I see, boom, and I just literally, I like paused for like 10 seconds and then I fucking ran down the stairs and I like went in my own car. I didn't even leave. I just sat in my car and waited till the end of lunch and hoped for the best. And luckily they didn't show back up. At my friend, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Why would you implicate me like that? Like, that's fucked up. Looking back, I should have been like, bro, stop. So let's fast forward a few months. For the most part, that was the worst of it for those few months. And then it kind of chilled out a bit. I'd occasionally get phone calls where somebody would call me and I'd say hello and then they wouldn't say anything. They would just be on the line and then they'd hang up, or I'd hang up, or someone would hang up. Then it came time for me to go to Worlds with my cheer team. I literally left everything that I had at that person's house. I just left it there because I knew that I could not go over there and be safe. I knew that I didn't want to give this situation any attention, because any attention I would have given it would have like fuel to the fire or whatever. But I had to get this back, so I ended up having to contact them and say, hey, I need my jacket back. I wasn't allowed to go to Worlds without my jacket, and it like had my name and everything, so I had to get that specific jacket. It was expensive. My mom would have kicked my ass. I was like, can you please bring my stuff to me? Whatever you can find, as long as the jacket is included. I don't care what else you bring, just please, anything that you can find. I will gather your stuff up as well and I will bring it out to you. So they drove to my house and I met them driveway of my house, and I just like walked out of my garage with like a box of stuff and like walked up the driveway and I like handed them this box of stuff and they handed me my box of stuff and I was like, great, thank you, and I just like left. They started literally just like fucking screaming and crying in my driveway. It was so loud and hysterical and I was so scared that my neighbors were gonna hear, and I just like went in my garage and like fucking like closed the garage and like locked all of my doors. So after that, I really didn't have much contact with this person at all, which was, you know, I thought that was a good thing. I thought that meant that everybody was moving on, it's going how it's supposed to. I was hoping that last interaction kind of acted as some closure for them and we could all move on with our lives. I got in another relationship and I moved away from home, and I hadn't heard from this person in quite a few months. Literally the day that I moved, like the day that I got to my new destination, my mom calls me and tells me that this person showed up at my parents' house middle of the day while everyone was supposed to be at work. My stepdad happened to not be at work that day. He was home. From my understanding of it, from what I've been told, is that they seemed super just not stable, potentially not sober. They came dressed in completely all fucking black and like had their hands in their pockets the entire time. And I guess they had come looking and asking if they could see me and talk to me and like basically begging my parents to tell them where I am. My parents didn't, luckily. They just said like I moved. Sorry, there's a really pretty bird out there. And after that, I don't even know. I heard a whole bunch of rumors after that point. I don't know what's true and what's not, so I'm not gonna really explain anything of that. Throughout the next year, I didn't get more texts and calls because I changed my number, and I just started getting stuff on Facebook Messenger. Lots of stuff on Facebook Messenger. Basically began with them asking me to block them, like please block me. I don't know. It's like, dude, you can block me if you want. I did end up blocking them because I don't want to be involved in that. Every couple weeks or so, I just get a message that was like, I hope you fucking die. I hope you have a stillborn. I hope your husband fucking murders you in cold blood and pisses on your corpse. Like, legitimately, that's a quote. That is a literal quote. It went from that to just randomly one day, may I have a word? I was like, no. Fuck no. I never responded to any of this. I have not responded to anything since the last time I saw this person. When they gave me my stuff back, I have not spoken a word. I obviously did not give them a word. And then I didn't hear from them for a while again, so I was like, God bless a fucking America. Thank you, God. It's finally done. Like, I didn't hear from them for like a year or two, and I was like, we did it, boys. We're in the home stretch. Until one day I get out of the shower and I have a new message request on Facebook on my new account that I made. And I was like, let's check who the message request is from. Once you know it, they're back again. And the message basically says, well, first of all, it says that they have had seizures remembering our relationship. I don't know what that means. I don't know how that makes sense. Goes on to say that they are dying of cancer. Every person they've been with, they see my face in theirs. And I was like, and then I screamed. No, I was very like disturbed by that message because I was like, what is the point of this message? Okay, so I like spent forever trying to decipher this thing and like, okay, is this just a manipulation tactic to get me to say something? Because I knew for a fact they didn't actually have cancer. You know a person well enough, you know their tactics, and you know that that's not true. Again, I didn't respond. And I went another about, I want to say 6 months, maybe more. I get another message request. They send me 3 voice memos giving me their phone number, begging me to call them to speak to them one last time so they could admit what they have done to me, and they have to tell me the truth about what they, like, buddy, I was there. I know, I'm the one dealing with the trauma. And yeah, basically saying like, it's been really hard for me to like get over this, and it's really difficult for me, so I need you to give me closure. And I'm like, but again, I didn't respond. And then they wrote me and said, calling your mom. My fucking mom! So they called my mom, and my mom sends me like the voice memo that they sent her. And it's along the same line. The line that really sticks out to me is, you guys were really nice to me. You welcomed me into your home, and I had nothing but the worst intentions. Love that for me. So again, I didn't respond. Then, since I was ignoring it, they went through a mutual friend of ours, not a super close friend, but a mutual acquaintance, I guess, and had them write me and admitted to all of the terrible things they had done to me, threatened to kill themselves, which I have heard 1,000 million times, and basically from then on just tried to use this person as a means to contact me. So far, since then, I haven't not heard anything from this person, which has been hopefully the end. I don't know. It's been about a year. That's my stalking story, I guess. That's my story of being stalked. 0 out of 10, don't recommend it. Don't stalk people. It's creepy and rude. Like, moral of the story, tell your parents what's going on in your life, literally. If I could go back, that is the thing I would do differently. I would tell my parents what was going on so they could help me. But I'm good now, I'm safe, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm happy, healthy, glowing, not really. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I'm not trying to bring a negative vibe or anything, I just think it's kind of an interesting thing that happened to me. Interesting in a bad way, but it is a story I have to tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you want more story times. I will rack my brain for some more. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next time.